to go and lay down on your bed. Your activity has to get a different blanket or wood. Okay, guys, let's take a little break for a sec. All right. This week with your stool, everybody is coming along great. Lucy just needs to kind of associate call with the stool a little bit. But if we're getting 2 calls on the stool, no problem. What I'd like you to try doing this week is doing a bit of pivoting. Here, Mo. So, there's 2 ways you can teach your dog to pivot on the stool. One of my favorite ways is to free shape it. So you're just going to get a couple treats in your left hand, over your left, and you're going to stand with your dog at first right in front of you, and then you're going to wait them out for any motion with your back paw. Good boy, and then click and treat. You got to wind back up in front of you. Good boy. So Mo has been doing this for a little while, so he does a couple steps, but at first it might just be a little tiny step. Once you're getting 1 step, then you're going to see if you can raise criteria to 2, then 3. So Mo can do almost a full circle, I believe. Before he gives up. Let's see if we can take over that direction. Good. So, what I like to do, to not confuse them, Mocha was a little confused there, is in one training session, I only click for one direction. I ignore the other direction. Then I can come back a little later in the day, and I can click whatever direction they start off with. So you might find that they're going to get really good at one direction and they'll be giving you full circles, and that's fine. What we're working up to is, here we go. You being able to, you're always a couple feet away from the stool, so they have space to go all the way around. You don't want to be super close because they get stuck. You want them to be able to do a full circle or 2 without any help in one direction. Then you can worry about getting them going in the other direction a bit. And you simply do that by no longer clicking their good direction. See if they can give you the harder direction. The hardest part about doing these pivots is when they're coming, swinging their butt in front of you to the other side. So make sure you're rewarding them with their head facing away from you to encourage that looking away from you. It's very tricky. Come on, break. That's Mocha's hardest part. And you can see, I'm only going to put it the other direction because that's what we started with. That one will work. Good. I'm just going to wave up for that correct direction. Good boy. Note where I'm placing his head when I'm rewarding him. Good. Keeping his head in line with his body. Good. Good. Keep my hands together so I'm not helping him while he's thinking. Good boy. This is the hard part right here. See how he's totally facing away from me. Good. Almost rounding the bend. Yes. So good. Yeah. All the way around. Perfect. So we'll see if we can get that. This took a couple months, honestly, to get a full circle. So if you just get a couple steps, you're doing great. Another way you can do it is simply step into their space and get them moving out of your way. But I'd like everyone to experiment with free shaping first just to see what your dog can do. If you need to, you can move into their space. All right, so next thing we're going to work on, with the break, is just a quick game called Look at That. So Look at That isn't really for agility, but it's a fun game to play, or it's a useful game to play if you have a dog that reacts to something. So Mocha, for example, reacts to people walking down the street sometimes, our street will bark at them, or the mailman. Other dogs might bark at other dogs, or another person coming into the classroom. A Look at That game is a game you can play to tell them to look at something calmly. So it's changing their association with the stimulus. So what we're going to do is begin with a neutral stimulus, and we're just going to capture our dogs looking at it calmly. So you're going to click when they're looking at something walking by or something in front of them. They're not above threshold, they're not reacting or barking, so it's a perfect chance to capture a calm glance. Once they're giving you that glance reliably, they're offering it to you because they know it gets rewarded, you're going to start to ask for it. So as they're just about to do it, you're going to say, look at that, and point in the direction of whatever it is they're barking at, or not barking at, whatever it is they're looking at. So in this case, Mocha is going to be our stimulus. We're just going to be walking back and forth. As your dog looks at us walking past, you're going to click and treat. They should turn back to you for their treat. Don't stare at your dog. Don't look at them because that usually creates eye contact. Just kind of look in my direction and from the corner of your eye. Watch to see where your dog is looking. So we'll give this a try. Come on, we'll continue to do it later. Yeah, I know the great treats. Yeah. All right. That one's a really good one. Okay. Are you ready? Sniffer. Smell it. Thank you. Hi. Okay. Are you ready, buddy? Yes. Yeah, good. Excellent job, guys. All right, Smelly is super smelly. Good job. Okay. So, does anybody can you think of a few scenarios in your dog's life where a look at that game may be beneficial, changing their association with something that they react to? If not, maybe keep it in your little training toolbox for one day and it's ever needed. It is a fun game though to play with a dog who ordinarily reacts to something. Okay. So the next game we're going to play is the setup game. This is just a game that teaches our dog how to line up by our side quickly and square. So right by our side. Just like in field, obedience field position. This is really helpful when we're lining our dog up for the first obstacle of the course. So a jump or a tunnel or maybe it's weevils, whatever it is, they have to be lined up so that they have a perfect field of vision toward that obstacle. They see exactly what they're supposed to be doing. So this will line them up exactly where we want them to go. There's two ways you can play this game. One is lining your dog up between your legs and sitting and staying. The other is lining up by your side, sitting and staying. So I'll show you the one first between the legs. That's what we're going to do first. Over. So from row, continuous line up. Line up. There's, I think, pee on the floor, actually. I'll have intact dogs. Line up. They get things, have stuff in their brains. Good boy. Yeah, take a stride. Line up. Much better. Good. Break. Line up. Good. I think you kind of achieved it there. Because I'm not treating the other direction. So, as you can see, Mo will only break line up. He won't go. Usually, I only did that time. I only train him to go from my right leg. hands being occupied, right? And you're just gonna lower them behind your back and give them a treat with your hand closest. Once they're comfortable getting back there, you're going to then show them the treats from between your legs. You kind of almost have to do a little stretching here and pull them through. Good boy. Very good. So the same on the other side. Treat, treat, treat. Switch hands. Treat, treat, treat. Very good. So they're always being entertained by some treat hand. They don't even notice it's being switched. And miraculously, they're now in this strange position. Very good. I find it very cute when they're looking up like that. The sit is the last step. So once you're comfortable coming in here, sit. Good boy. Then you're going to ask for a sit. Great. Sit. Perfect. And the last step is getting them comfortable with you. Sorry, the other one was the last step. The last step is getting comfortable. Sit. Sit. Getting comfortable with stay. Good. So feet moving, no problem. Then see if you can lift your leg over. Good boy. Excellent. Sometimes lifting a leg over your dog is a little scary, so that's when we start just stomping your feet a little bit. So let's give that a try. Over. Well done. Let's give that a try.